Most people think being broke just means having no money in your pocket. But that's not really it, because I've seen people making $20,000 a year feel broke. I've seen people making $100,000 a year feel broke. I even know someone pulling in $300,000 and they're sitting there at the end of the month going, where the hell did it all go? Being broke isn't really about your income. It's about the gap between what you earn, what you spend, and how much control you actually have over your own life. So let's talk about it. All of it, every level, because chances are you're somewhere on this list right now. Level 1 is what I call survival broke. This is the hardest one. And if you're here, I just want to say, I get it. Your paycheck hits your account, and it's almost funny because by the time you've paid rent, bought groceries, handled your bills, figured out transportation, it's gone. Sometimes before the week is even over. There's no investing, no savings account, no cushion, nothing. And every single unexpected expense feels like the world is ending. Your phone screen cracks. You're stressed for a week. Car makes a weird noise. You're lying awake at night. A medical bill shows up. You genuinely don't know how you're going to handle it. At this point in life, people aren't sitting around dreaming about being rich. They're dreaming about one normal month. Just 1 month where nothing goes sideways. And honestly, that makes complete sense. Here's the thing though, and this is where a lot of financial advice gets it wrong. The answer isn't to start investing. The answer is to get stable first. You don't need stock tips right now. You need a small buffer so that when life punches you, it doesn't knock you completely out. Because being poor is actually expensive. When you have no money, every mistake costs you more. Late fees, high interest loans, buying the cheaper thing that breaks faster. It's a cycle that keeps draining you, and a small emergency fund, even a few $100s, starts to break that cycle. Level 2 is comfortable broke, and this one's sneaky because from the outside, everything looks fine. Bills are paid, there's food, life seems okay. But you check your bank account at the end of the month and you're like, seriously, where did it go? The paycheck got bigger somewhere along the way, but so did everything else. Nicer apartment, newer car. More subscriptions than you can name off the top of your head. More monthly payments. More stuff you're locked into paying for. That's lifestyle inflation. And it's quiet. It doesn't feel like a mistake when it's happening. It feels like progress. You got a raise, you deserve a nicer place, right? But then the raise disappears into the nicer place and you're right back where you started, just with better furniture. The scary part is that you can live at this level for decades. Life isn't miserable. You're not suffering, but you're also not going anywhere. You're just running in place on a more expensive treadmill. And a lot of people at this level think the fix is just making a bit more money. But it's usually not an income problem anymore. The money is coming in. It's just leaving just as fast. That's a structure problem. Level 3 is high income broke. And this one genuinely shocks people. We're talking about doctors, senior managers, business owners, tech workers making serious money. And they're still stressed about finances. How? Because the lifestyle scaled up with the income. The house got bigger, the car became a lease on something European. The vacations stopped being budget trips and started being just trips. Nice ones, expected ones, expensive ones. Every upgrade felt earned, and it was. But the thing about upgrades is they become permanent. You can't really go back. Your friends, your colleagues, your social circle, they all live at this level now. So do you. The real trap here isn't spending, it's dependency. These people have built a life that needs a massive paycheck every single month just to stay afloat. And deep down, a lot of them have this quiet fear they don't say out loud. What happens if the income stops? Because despite everything they earn, they haven't built much that actually works for them. They bought status. Status is incredibly expensive to maintain. Level 4 is what I call the invisible broke. And this one's dangerous because nobody even talks about it. These folks aren't broke on paper. They have money, maybe some savings, maybe some investments, but they have zero clarity. They don't actually know their net worth. They don't track their spending. They genuinely couldn't tell you if they're moving forward or just treading water. Money comes in, money goes out, and somewhere in between, life happens. It's like driving at night with no headlights. You're moving, sure, but you have no idea what's coming. And that uncertainty creates this background anxiety that never really goes away. It's not because they're irresponsible. It's because nobody ever taught them to actually look at the numbers. Now here's what I think ties all of this together. Every single level has different symptoms, different paychecks, different lifestyles, different problems on the surface. But underneath, almost all of it comes back to the same thing, a lack of control, not a lack of intelligence, not laziness, not bad luck, just never really being in the driver's seat with money. So what do you actually do about it? First, look at your real numbers. I know that's uncomfortable. Most people avoid it for years. but you genuinely cannot fix what you won't look at. Know what's coming in, what's going out, what you own, and what you owe. That's your starting point. Second, create some breathing room. Before you think about investing or side hustles or any of that, just widen the gap between what you earn and what you spend. That gap is where everything good eventually comes from. Third, build an emergency fund. Yeah, it's boring. That's kind of the point. A few months of expenses sitting in an account changes how you make decisions. You stop being desperate, and desperate decisions are expensive. Fourth, make yourself more valuable. Working harder only goes so far. Learning to communicate better, sell better, negotiate better, create better, that's what actually moves the needle on income over time. The market pays for value, not just effort. Fifth, buy assets before you buy lifestyle. This is the one that separates people who build wealth from people who just earn a lot. When extra money shows up, most people upgrade something. Wealthy people buy something that generates more money first. Then they upgrade. The order matters more than the amounts. Sixth, drop the financial ego. Trying to look rich is one of the most expensive things a person can do. Trying to actually become wealthy is profitable. The irony is that real wealth is usually pretty invisible. Luxury is what you buy. Wealth is what you keep. And finally, give it time. Nobody wants to hear this one, but genuine wealth building is boring. It's consistent. It's years of doing the right thing over and over when nothing exciting is happening. The internet is full of shortcuts. Reality keeps selling patience, and reality always wins eventually. So wherever you are right now, survival broke, comfortable broke, high income broke, or just financially blind, the move isn't to try and get rich overnight. The move is to get control, because wealth isn't built in one big moment. It's built in 1,000 small decisions that you just keep making month after month, year after year. The people who actually get there aren't always the smartest or the luckiest. They're just the ones who stayed in the game long enough. That's the thing most financial gurus skip over. It's not about getting rich fast. It's about becoming the kind of person that life just can't break anymore. And once you get there, wealth starts to feel almost inevitable.